to this daily hypnosis session for peaceful coexistence. Before we begin, please ensure you're in a safe, comfortable space where you won't be disturbed. Never listen to this session while driving or operating any machinery. And now, on to the hypnosis. You might notice, as you settle into where you are right now, that your body begins to unwind, like the gentle loosening of a knot that was never truly tied. And as you listen, you can let your mind wander, or perhaps focus on the rhythm of your breath. And you probably already realized how naturally the air flows in and out, almost as if the world is exhaling for you. And have you ever noticed how clouds seem to float effortlessly, as if carried by unseen hands? As they drift, there's no hurry, no resistance, just the ease of being. And the more you notice that ease, the more you might find yourself drifting too. Not away from yourself, but deeper into this moment, where time feels softer, where your thoughts can stretch and settle, just like those clouds, completely free. And as you continue to relax, imagine a quiet stream, a place where the water flows so gently it almost feels still. And maybe you can hear the soft trickle or feel the coolness of the air around it. Notice how the surface reflects everything above it, a perfect mirror, yet undisturbed. And as you look closer, you might see how the water welcomes everything. The falling leaves, the tiny ripples, even the sunlight that dances across it. Everything becomes part of the stream's flow, just as your own thoughts, feelings, and sensations settle naturally into harmony. And with each breath, you can allow that harmony to grow, spreading through you like the warmth of sunlight. You might even feel your body growing lighter, or perhaps heavier, as though the stream were gently cradling you, flowing deeper into a stillness that feels so natural. It's almost as if it's always been there. And it's interesting, isn't it, how nature always finds a way to balance itself. You might think of a forest after a storm. Branches might fall, rivers might rise, but eventually everything finds its place again. And as you think about that, you might start to wonder about your own place in the flow of life. How everything you've experienced has shaped the person you are right now. Like that forest, you've weathered storms, and yet here you are, stronger in ways you might have not noticed before. It's almost as if life itself whispers reminders, subtle ones, like the rustle of leaves in a gentle breeze. And maybe you've felt it before, the sense that something greater is at work, a quiet intelligence that knows exactly where each tree should grow, Each river should bend, each bird should sing. And isn't it fascinating how everything fits together, even when it seems like it shouldn't? Just like how you breathe in the oxygen the trees release, and they take in what you exhale. Without ever needing to agree, you and the trees coexist perfectly. And as you think about that, you might notice how peace is less about controlling and more about flowing. Imagine two streams, each flowing in its own direction. They don't argue or collide, they simply carve their paths. And sometimes those paths meet, forming a wider river that carries both streams together, each one blending, not losing itself, but enriching the flow. What if, in some way, your thoughts and feelings, your interactions with others could be like that? Flowing naturally, not needing to push or pull, but simply finding their own rhythm. And perhaps you've seen the way sunlight filters through a canopy of trees, casting dappled patterns on the ground. No single leaf decides where the light lands, but together they create something beautiful. And maybe that's a reminder too, that harmony doesn't require perfection. It's often the little imperfections, the gaps and overlaps that create the most breathtaking moments. And as you allow these ideas to settle, consider the idea of coexistence, not as something you must work at, but as something already present. Like the way the sky holds the clouds effortlessly, or the way a single raindrop becomes part of the ocean the moment it falls. Coexistence is not something you do, it's something you are. And the more you recognize that, the more you might find yourself naturally at ease with the world around you. And you might even begin to notice in the coming days how your interactions feel lighter, smoother, as if the universe itself is guiding them. And isn't it comforting to know that every step you take, every breath you breathe, is part of a greater rhythm? A rhythm that's always been there, waiting for you to notice it. And now as the stream begins to slow, you can sense the gentle return of awareness, like the first rays of dawn peeking over the horizon. Notice how your breath feels, how your body feels, as you begin to reconnect with the room around you. And isn't it nice to know that even as you come back to full awareness, that sense of flow and harmony stays with you? You might stretch or wiggle your fingers, noticing how refreshed you feel, as though you've just had a moment of deep rest. And when you're ready, you can allow your eyes to open, bringing with you everything you've experienced: calm, balance, and the ease of peaceful coexistence. And in the days ahead, you'll find yourself naturally noticing moments of harmony, both within and around you. Each time you see a tree, feel a breeze, or hear the sound of flowing water, you'll be reminded of how easily coexistence happens. And each time this calm awareness will deepen, guiding your actions and thoughts effortlessly. Thank you for taking this time to explore this journey with me. I hope it brings you a sense of peace and clarity in the days to come. And until next time, goodbye and good mental health.